Hey guys, welcome back to the Jennbug Handmade podcast. I'm Jenn, also known as Knittin' Jenn on Ravelry. I am Jennbug Handmade on Instagram, and you can find me on my blog at jennbughandmade.com. It's good to see everybody back. So, a lot has happened since the last time I podcasted with you guys, and I'm about a week late on getting this up, so I apologize. I try to do my podcast every 2 weeks, but, sometimes life gets in the way, so let me show you guys what I have been knitting. Let's just jump right in. First thing is I finished my socks from Lollipop Yarns. So here's both of them just so you can see them both completed. And I showed these the last time, but I really love these socks and I wanted to show you again before I put them on my feet and prove to you that I completed a pair. Again, I'll let you know that this is Lollipop Yarns. This is her traditional sock base, which is a 4-ply sock yarn. It's a little bit more sturdy than the 2-ply base that she offers and that a lot of people offer, and I really, really love it. I talked about the last time, but I am super excited to wear these, you guys, and see how they fit my feet, or how they hold up on my feet compared to the 2-ply yarns. So very exciting. Look at those beautiful colors there. I just love them. So I actually tried to buy more of her yarn recently, but unfortunately I was a little late to the update. Her updates are like at 7 or 8 a.m. sometimes, and yeah, I was not awake, and I did not set an alarm, so I missed out and I was sad. But I will be getting more of her yarn as soon as I can. I love it. So that is the first thing. And I had quite a bit of her yarn left over, so I don't know what I'm going to do with this. But I always love it when I have a good amount of yarn left over. So that's fun. Might add that to my sock yarn blanket. I might make little baby socks, shorty socks. Who knows? Who knows? But I've got enough to do something here. Fun stuff. And while we are talking about socks, I did work on my husband's socks. Of course, I've dropped a stitch here. Let me pick that up. And I'm like in the middle of a heel. No big deal. The heel flap. But these are, yeah, and we're just dropping all the stitches here. It's kind of a disaster. But these are socks from my husband that I am working on. This is Nomadic Yarns and her Brit sock base. And the colorway is Sassenach. And I've shown these before as well, but I've done a bit more work on them, so I'll fix that heel later. Yeah, how fun is that? Obviously, this is an Outlander-inspired colorway, and I love these colors. He really likes them too, so he'll be excited to wear these. And I've noticed I like her Brit sock base because it's one of those more sturdy bases and seems to hold up well to wear and tear. So, yeah, love these. Here is the ball, in case you wanted to see it all wound up in its glory. Fun. And this is this is my favorite little sock bag. It's just this is like an Erin Lane bag. I can't remember where I got this. It's been a long time, but I just love this fabric mostly. I'm just having this little sock pouch, just big enough for one skein of sock yarn. Oh, and these are on. I did get in my new signature needles. I talked the last time about how they broke. They sent me a brand new pair. And yeah, so that was very exciting. I just showed them proof that they were broken, and they sent me a new pair, no charge. They had snapped where the cable joins the needle. So that's pretty fun. Glad that, they have really good customer service and that they were able to get me out a new pair. So that made me happy. All right. The next thing I will show you that I have been working on from last time is my Habitation throw. So, and this is in my beautiful Hohi Pampa bucket. Oh my gosh, she has a new bag out that's like, it's the one that she did with Lola Bean Yarn Company, and it's coming out like as a Valentine's Day special. It is beautiful. It's like, I think it's like this color pink on the bottom, and then it's got a light suede pink at the top, and it's a different style bag. Oh my goodness, I want it so bad. I need all the pink bags. All the pink Hohi bags, but we shall see. I don't know. I don't know if it's in the budget right now, but you know, when it comes to yarn, there is no budget. Really? Is there? I don't think there is. So we'll just have to see. But anyways, so this thing went in timeout. And this is such an easy pattern. I was knitting and talking to some people while I was knitting on a really, really slow day in our OB emergency department when we had no patients. So anyways, look what I did. Look what I did. So this is the point where you start decreasing, right? Everything's great with all the increasing, nice and straight, nice and straight. Yeah, totally forgot to do some decreasing in there. So I have a super wonky edge that I'm gonna have to rip back and fix that. People at work are like, "Oh, it looks fine. There's no problem." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "No, you don't understand. It looks like I have an extra corner here." You know, but as we experienced knitters know, that's the difference between, you know, just frog it back a couple of rows and then go back on with it. It's okay. When you get frustrated, put it in a timeout. Yeah, totally was not paying attention here. But anyways, I'll be ripping it back and re-knitting that. But otherwise, you know, and that was totally my fault. This side, I did fine. So, I don't know what was going on. Clearly I was distracted. But, I will be finishing this up soon, hopefully. This is the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. And this is going to be a baby blanket for my newest niece. And also, you guys understand. People are like, "Oh, is she having a boy?" And I'm like, no, I know it's like blue and purple, but girls can like blue and purple. I mean, I like blue and purple. So, yeah, kind of irritating sometimes to talk. I mean, not irritating, but you know, you just laugh when you talk to some people who are not, you know, really super knitty, and they ask you all these questions, and they like just assume that you must knit something pink for a girl and something blue for a boy, you know. So just funny observations that I'm sure that lots of you have come across as knitters as well. But yes, this is for my niece, even though it's blue, but I love it, and my sister loves it, and she really is into like mermaids and things like that. So I know that she's gonna love these ocean-y colors. I don't know. We can pretend. But lots of fun there. And that is such a fun, easy pattern. It's going great. Someone commented on the last podcast saying that I would not just knit one Habitation Throw. That I would definitely, you know, you can't just knit one. And I definitely think she's right. I love this pattern. I'll be knitting more of those. So anyways, that will go over here. Last time I talked to you guys about wanting to cast on one of my Make 9 patterns. And so this is, I started my Randall Fraser sweater. Look how beautiful this is. I am loving it. Okay, let me see if I can scunch it out here for you. But this is a top-down yoked sweater. And I love it. And it's in this Plymouth yarn. I believe it's Encore. Let me double check the tag for you guys. I told you last time, but I'll tell you again. That is not, I don't think that's the right tag. I don't think that's the right tag. I'm gonna look again. Oh. Aha. Plymouth Yarn Quaker Hill. That is what this is out of. It's like a sport weight, and the colors are like taupe, natural, and black, I believe, but it's 50% alpaca, 50% wool. Oh my gosh, I love it. I really, really love this. Alpaca doesn't bother me. I've told you guys that before. And it's just really soft, but I'm really impressed at how nice the color work is popping, even in this alpaca. I was a little afraid of it being a bit muddled, but it's not at all. I know that this is going to be a super warm sweater, and it looks really small right here, but there's lots of excess, so don't worry. I believe I made the right size. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this. And I was knitting on this pretty intensely intense knitting, extreme knitting here. I was knitting on this pretty, like a lot. But then, you know, the Bernie mittens happened, okay? The inauguration happened, and the Bernie mittens. And I know you guys all know about the Bernie mittens. I love Bernie. I've always been a huge Bernie Sanders fan, just because, I mean, how could you not? You know, I mean, I guess some politically, you know, you could not, but I love him. So that's basically it. So the Bernie mittens happened. And everyone was like, oh my God, can you knit me some Bernie mittens? Blah, blah, blah. You know, people, like I said, non-knitters that I know. And so I decided to do a limit where I put out a post on my social media, my Facebook, and I was like, look, I will knit 10 pairs or so many pairs until I reach a limit, which to me is 10 because that's already a lot, as you guys know. That's like 20 single mittens. I will knit that many, including one of those pairs is going to be for my husband. So I will knit that many pairs, and that's it. And I'm charging $30 a pair. And so if you want a pair, comment here, and I'll put you on my list. So I filled my list up, and I've already knit half of them. We've been a bit busy. Otherwise, I probably would have knit a couple more pairs by now. But I've already knit half of them. And so, yeah. I didn't use a particular pattern for the Bernie mittens. I did print out one of the charts. This one is the one by, let's see. This is free. All the ones I used were free. Meg Harlan. I used her pattern, Meg Harlan. And this is like a traditional Norwegian mitten style. So I used her pattern, but I added my own spin on things. I've changed things to make, because I think hers was written in a chunky weight or something, or an Aran weight, and I had like a worsted weight that was kind of smaller. I wanted them to be, I hate when you knit mittens and they're airy, like they're warm and you can feel air through them. So I wanted them to be knit on really like a lot smaller needles. I think I knit on a size 4 and a 5. 4 for the ribbing and 5 for the hand. So that way they would actually be warm and keep people warm. So, you know, I'm crazy. Like, why did I decide to knit mittens for people? You know, obviously, you know, as a knitter, you're really not making money off of this. But I felt that I had to charge something so that way, you know, I mean, you make a little bit of money. What, like $2 an hour maybe? But you know, other people just think you can knit them things for free and that yarn is super cheap and all this. So that was enough to pay for the yarn and maybe pay me like $1 or $2 an hour for the rest of it. Maybe not, but you know, whatever. So anyways, I have been knitting all the Bernie mittens. So here is my spin on things. I've just adapted the pattern to how I want it. And I'm really, really pleased. This is like pair number 5 right here, and I'm in the middle of pair number 6, but I love them. I think they're adorable, just like Bernie. And what I love about these is that they are super warm. Super warm, super thick. And I know that these are going to actually keep people's hands warm, which is what I wanted. Even though knitting in a chunkier wool or, you know, in a bigger needle size would have been faster, whatever. I wanted them to be really good because I'm a perfectionist and, you know, I had to have them be really good. So these are my take on the Bernie mittens. Now, I'm currently knitting a men's pair. I've been, you know, trying them on my husband's hand because he said he wanted his really big. So these fit me perfectly. And these, I added length in here. I just added extra rows of the brown. I added some extra, you see here where the pointy things are? I just did another row to make this part a little bit more pointy. So I just kind of did my own thing with things. But the men's pair that I'm currently knitting, and they look huge, but when I put them on, they're not that huge. So, you know, I made the crosses bigger. I added an extra row width-wise. I kind of have smaller hands for a lady. I'm a size 6.5 surgical glove. I don't know if you know your surgical glove size, but there you go. My hands are a little bit smaller. But these, it looks huge on me, but these fit my husband pretty perfectly. So I added an extra repeat on each side, and I made the crosses bigger, and the ribbing's a little wider. So yeah, I'm just adjusting and doing whatever I want. But somebody had a really clever name for the pattern. They called them Feel the Brrr, which I thought was hilarious. So I love that. But I'll be sending this pair off today to its new owner. And then I think I have like 4 more pairs to go. Maybe 5. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of fun. I'm really enjoy these, but I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of sick of knitting these, and so this is very similar in colors to this as well. I mean, not the same, but you know. So I've been knitting lots of black, white, and brown color work since you've last seen me, but it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I can't wait to finish that sweater. I'm gonna be really excited. So those are the Brrr mittens, and that I have been using Plymouth Yarn Galloway, which is a worsted weight 100% wool, pure wool. And I love this. This colorway is called Reese Cup, which I thought was yummy and delicious. And I got this yarn from my friend Robin. She she owns a yarn shop in the town that I'm from, Salem, Virginia. I live in North Carolina now in the Raleigh suburbs, but her yarn shop is in Salem, Virginia, where I grew up, and it's called the Knitting Coop. And so I just call her up, or I message her on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I need some Brrr mittens and some 100% wool, and she got me hooked up. So I did the Reese Cup. The other colorways are, let's see. So, get my tags here. This colorway is called Pebble Beach Heather, which I also love, and that is still in that Galloway worsted. But then I also have this yarn because she didn't have the Galloway and all the colors I needed. So this is still Plymouth yarn, 100% merino, and this is Davila, or Davila, and this colorway is called Dark Gray. And I also have this same yarn in a white that I've been using for the white. So all of these together. So 2 of these, and then this one, and the white, which I only have in a little ball here. So yeah, I love it. This is much softer. This is a much softer wool, and this is a much more rustic wool. But I don't mind. You know, it's maybe scratchy. I did block one of the pairs before I sent them off, and this softened up after I blocked it. But I don't mind. I don't mind a rustic wool. I think it's a very true essence of the Brrr mitts. So there's that. So I was knitting those out of my Ho-He Hobo bag, and this is a beautiful pink suede leather that I am in love with, and I've got all my little pins here. These ones are all from Knit Picks, I believe. This is from Spoonflower. When I ordered some fabric, they sent me a pin. I got my unicorn knitting, and sweater, you know, yarn skein, fun little pins there. And I love this bag. I love the suede bag. It's my favorite. It's soft and it smells amazing. It smells so amazing. So that is a lot of fun. Hey you guys, I am back. You didn't know I left, but I did. My youngest son, he's about 18 months old now, and he is cutting molars. So he decided to wake up early from his nap, but we got him all settled in his high chair, and my husband's awesome, so he's watching him while I finish talking to you guys. So let's get back to where I was, shall we? All right. The next thing I want to show you guys is something that I completed previously in my life before I decided to do this crazy YouTube thing. This is my Lemmy K shawl, and this is another pattern by Isabel Kramer. I absolutely love it. And this is knit out of the Plucky Knitter Cozy DK. And the colorway is Cecilia, which I love that song by Simon and Garfunkel. And it will be now embedded in my brain for the rest of the day. But this is also one of my most worn, most favorite shawls. I really love triangular shawls. I don't know what it is about them and me, but I love this look right here. This is how I like to roll. Okay? That's how I like to roll. But this yarn is so incredibly soft. I mean, it's cozy. It's exactly what the name of it is. It's cozy. Super soft, super snuggly. I could not love it more. So anyways, there's that finished object. I would recommend everything I've knit by Isabel Kramer. I am in love with, and I really want to knit more of her patterns. I know I have the Cowboys and Angel shawl on my Make 9 list, and I cannot wait to knit that one. So that'll have to be up there soon. As to things that I'll knit next. Some other things that I'm thinking about knitting. I've got a few things that I want to make for some people at work who are having babies soon, due in February and March. I don't know if I'm going to knit or sew. I normally sew them some baby pants, so I'm probably going to make them little baby pants. And I did make some baby pants for my cousin and her twins, and so I'll put a picture here of what those pants look like. They turned out really cute. I know I talked about it last time. So that was really fun. I've made those pants so many times now that they're really easy to make and really fun to make. So the worst part of it is dealing with the knit fabric, but now that I have a serger, life is a lot better with the knit fabric. So, which I acquired this year when I did the whole Etsy shop crazy hat sewing thing. And by the way, let me tell you guys another thing about being an Etsy shop owner. You don't make as much as you think you make, okay? Because I'm like, wow, I'm selling all these hats. I'm getting money here, money there. It was like really cool. You make all these sales. We did our taxes, and I was very good. I downloaded an Excel spreadsheet, kept track of all my expenses, all the, you can download the reports of your Etsy fees, this and that. When you add up what you spend in packaging, Etsy fees, materials, supplies, all those things, credit card fees, shipping itself, you barely make anything. Even if you have a successful Etsy shop to where you can file it for your taxes. Let me tell you. So, in conclusion, I have realized that those who run Etsy shops are freaking awesome, but to me, oh my gosh, it was a lot of work, a lot of time, and for me, it wasn't really worth it. I know that I could have grown my shop more. I could have probably hired employees to sew and do those kind of things, but it's just not cool. For me, at least. I was just not in it to win it there. I did it. I grew it quickly. It was successful. I could have grown it more, but I am done with the Etsy world. Now, I don't know. When my kids go to school one day, maybe I'll get back into making and selling things, but making, it should be fun. And if you love to make, that's great. And sell the things you make, that's great. For me, it's more about gift knitting and gift sewing and sewing and knitting because I love to. I did make some scrub hats for my friend recently that I talked about. She was somebody I went to nursing school with, and she got a new job in the OR where I work, which is awesome. So I made her like 5 hats, and even just it wasn't hard. I've made thousands now, and even just making those 5 hats was pretty rough. I still have some sewing PTSD. But anyways, there's my other tidbit about Etsy shops is even though you think you're making a lot of money and you're bringing that in, you're actually paying a lot in fees and taxes. So not always worth it. Be careful of that if you are dreaming of, running a small business in Etsy. And I mean, I'm sure it's true for, any platform if you're on Shopify, whatever. But that's all. That's all my tidbits there, but yeah, so I don't know if I'll be knitting or sewing those gifts for the girls I work with. As y'all know, I work on a labor floor, and so we get lots of pregnant nurses. We love babies up there. It's fun times. So yeah, we'll see. Sewing's a lot quicker and faster and everything, but I'm still kind of burnt out. So my sewing plans right now are a little bit on hold. We'll see. We'll see where it goes once I get that mojo back. But in terms of knitting, I know for sure that I want to, and I don't have yarn yet, so I need to get some yarn, but I want to make a baby blanket for a special lady, or a young lady that I took care of as a patient last year. And so here's the story. Basically, I was working this past Sunday, and they pulled me and my other coworker, they pulled me like out of the middle of an epidural, which is like, okay, that's the one time you really need to be there for your patient because they're really, really hurting and they want the epidural, right? So she just got it placed and they like pull me out of the room and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because my phone was going off the whole epidural. I'm like, what is happening? And they told me that me and my friend at work had won an award, and it's called a Daisy Award, and it was freaking crazy because I was shocked. And they told us that, you know, we had won this award, and they give it to one nurse in the whole hospital every month. But my friend and I won it together because we had taken care of a patient who was the sweetest girl on earth, and I'm allowed to share this because it's on the internet, the Daisy Award, so I'm not violating HIPAA. But she had lost her baby at 20 weeks. She basically went to the doctor and she had lost her baby girl. There was no heartbeat. She knew something was wrong. So when she came into labor, both my friend and I took care of her, and we were there for her. And you can read the story on my Instagram if you want, or I've shared it there, but that Wake Med posted where I work. But it was very, very sweet. She, as a nurse, there are sometimes some patients that you will never forget. You go through thousands of patients, but some of them just stay with you. Some of them really never leave you. And she was one of those people. And being there for her when I was there when she had to deliver her sweet baby girl at only 20 weeks. And gosh, it was rough. It was rough. So anyway, she nominated us for the Daisy Award, and we won. And it's like a year later that, you know, all this happened. And it took her that long to even be able to write it up and talk about it. And oh my gosh, I was so shocked. Like, it was such a great honor to have, you know, to win the award, but to take care of her. So it was very sweet. But long story short, she is having a baby in another month. So she's due with a baby girl again, and it's super exciting. We've both kept in touch with her, and I want to knit her, you know, her rainbow baby blanket. So I really am going to find some special yarn for that and look into getting that done as soon as possible because she's due in a month, and we both told her that we would do anything we could to be there when she delivered this new sweet baby girl. So there's that story for you. I don't want to cry. So let's move on. All right, so I do have a little bit of stash enhancement. We finally celebrated Christmas with my in-laws, like, you know, at the end of January. We did it at a time when we knew it was going to be the safest for us. We wanted to wait until after the Christmas rush. Everybody was getting sick. Everybody was getting COVID. You know, I just got my vaccine doses in January, so we waited until we knew that, you know, we had all been kind of quarantined and things were safe. So we're, you know, a few days out from that. We're almost a week out from that now, and everybody's doing great. So it was good. But I finally got my Christmas gift from my mother-in-law, and I had asked for this. We do Christmas where we tell each other what we want, and then we wait to get it. And it's cool that way because then you know you're getting what you want, and then we throw in a little like surprise extras sometimes. But this is, I got 2 skeins of this. This is Knit Collage Spun Cloud in the Orchid colorway. And their Spun Cloud has both a strand of gold and silver stellina running through it. It is so pretty. It's basically like a thin roving almost. And it's a thick and thin with the stellina in it. And I love this orchid color. I love it. And it smells like Lush because my mother-in-law knows I love Lush bath bombs and melts, so and bubble bars. So she got me some Lush too, which is very nice because I do. I love Lush. It's great. But yeah, this knit collage is super fun. They have a pattern on their website for a shawl, and I'll insert a picture here because I can't remember what it's called, but I think I'm going to make that shawl just because it's a lot of fun and I love it. So, well, we'll see. I might change my mind. This is so soft. It basically feels like, yeah, like roving. It's awesome. Love it. So that is now added to my stash. Fun stuff. I'm also going to be ordering some Valentine's yarn for myself. my husband and I, we don't always surprise. I mean, we'll surprise each other here and there, but we don't like do surprises for holidays all the time. We just kind of talk and we're like, okay, well, let's, here's our budget, and we kind of buy it for ourselves. So it's, works out. But husband and I, we don't always surprise. I mean, we'll surprise each other here and there, but we don't like do surprises for holidays all the time. We just kind of talk and we're like, okay, well, let's, here's our budget, and we kind of buy it for ourselves. So it's, works out. But I'll be ordering some Valentine's yarn for myself here soon. I'm actually should probably get ahead to doing that because it's not too far away, but whatever. It doesn't matter. But another thing I want to show you guys from my stash, what's in my stash, is some hand spun that I spun a few years ago. It's been a while. I actually sold my spinning wheel because when I had my first son, who is almost 4, I was like, man, you know what? That's like $300 that I could get for that. And, I wasn't going to use it. And, I'm right. I'm just now back at the point where I'm like, spinning would be fun again. So maybe I'll get a spinning wheel this year sometime, but I'm not in a rush. But I did love this hand spun that I made. This is some spun. I'm pretty sure this was from Spun Right Round. I'm almost positive because these are totally her colors. And I love her yarn and her fiber, but this is really pretty to me. And this was the best hand spun I ever made, so I was very proud of it. It was the most even. Although, it's not super even, but it's hand spun, so what do you expect? I love these colors. I don't remember what fiber or what rubbing, although it's very squishy, and it definitely feels like it's a merino of some sort. I love these colors, but after knitting all those Bernie mittens, I was like, you know what? I really want some hand spun mittens. I think I'll make these into mittens. I think that's why I had tried to divide it into 2 before, even though this one's thicker. I don't know. But I think this would just be really fun as some like hand spun cute mittens. So we'll see. Might knit these up. So I wanted to show you guys that. Yeah, and I had a Kromsky spinning wheel before and I really loved it. It was great, but if I were to do it all, and I had bought it used at the time, if I were to do it all over again, if I get another spinning wheel in the future, I really think I will get shocked, I don't know, I'll put it right here. Shocked Ladybug. I really want a Ladybug spinning wheel. They're just so cute. I don't know what it is. I think they're great. They're great beginner spinning wheels. I did a lot of research back in the day, so if I got another spinning wheel, I would definitely go for that one. But not anytime soon. We're, just a lot going on still with my littles. But, so this is not really yarn related, but I'm going to show you this anyways, because this was my Christmas gift from my sister-in-law, which I also picked out. But I love Milk makeup, and I'm not sponsored by any of these people or anyone, just so you guys know. These are things I love, so I like to show you. So anyways, Milk makeup. Okay, I love this stuff. I love their mascara because it doesn't hurt my eyes. I will say that the big tube, I got these little ones. I really like these more. These minis, they have minis because they're less clumpy than the big ones. But the big tube is a lot more clumpy. So that's what the brush looks like. This one seems to apply better. And I also have their primer, which I really like too, their mascara primer. That's nice. But I got like a lip scrub, and this was a free sample of their primer for your face. And so just some lip scrubs and gels. So I just wanted to put that in there, that I really love this makeup. It's their Kush line. So it's made with like CBD or cannabis or something. I don't know, but it doesn't hurt my eyes. And she gave me this makeup brush too. Doesn't hurt my eyes. And I really love the lip balm. I've used the Dragon. It's like a green lip balm. Where is it? And I really do. Yeah, I like this green Kush lip balm. I love this stuff. It's a green color, but it doesn't go on green. It goes on clear. But it smells amazing, and it really does just moisturize my lips like nothing else. So just wanted to show you guys that in case you are interested in makeup. I've never really been super into makeup, but since I had kids, and then I turned 30 this year, I've kind of been more into, looking a little bit more put together sometimes. I don't have that flawless skin anymore. So, you know, I really love this brand. I really love ColourPop. And there's, I can't think, but this and ColourPop, love them. And I'll talk more about that. By the way, I love these earrings that I wear are by two ladies, Rosie and Jean, and they're clay. And I have like tons of their earrings because they're, you know, they're like anywhere from 16 to 20 something bucks a pop, but you know, pretty cheap, but they're handmade, and they're by these two wonderful girls who I met on Instagram through like a girl I work with, and they're like the sweetest people ever, and their earrings are beautiful. They have a website now. I just love them. I have lots of their studs. They have dangly earrings. They're all handmade clay earrings. Their slogan is "To Bay, Slain with Clay." It's really cute. But you should check out their earrings on Instagram and their website because I love them. I couldn't recommend these enough. Those girls are awesome, and they've actually like sent me earrings to give out to some of the labor nurses at work, and you know, they bought some hats to give out like from me when I was doing my shop. Like, they're just two great humans, not in the yarn world, but you know, in the earring world. They're wonderful, so you should definitely check them out, just as a side note. Also not sponsored, just something I love, and two girls that I really love now. Another thing that I got in the mail, this is from my mom bug. My mom bug is my adopted mom. That's why I'm Jennbug. And anyways, she sent me this book in the mail from Amazon. It just like showed up. And I know it's from her. So I'm like, why do I have an Amazon package? And so as soon as I open it up, I smile because I know that she would send me something like this. And so, yeah, and I messaged her and she's like, yep, that was from me. So this is really cool because it's all about Regency patterns reimagined for modern stitchers. Pretty cool. I have not done a lot of hand embroidery, but I've always thought about it. And I've always thought that it was a really cool thing to do. So, you know, it kind of even gives you like a getting started section there with how to embroider. I'm not going to show you lots, but it talks about fabrics then and now, what you need to get ready to stitch. So it kind of even tells you like what you need and everything to get started. So I love that because I haven't embroidered before, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, this is actually a lot more informative than you would even think from the cover. My battery's dying, so I need to hurry up. But there's some beautiful patterns in here. You know, it shows you like clutch purse. And just look at this gorgeous detailing on these stitches here. So this was really fun. And like I said, I love that it's not just like showing you the stitches, but it literally shows you everything you need to do. And it goes into the history of Jane Austen and the shoes. You can make these beautiful napkins. There's some really, really cool things in here. If anything else, it gives you, you know, just information on how to do the embroidering and the stitches, which is really great. Look at this little pouch. That's super cute. Isn't that cute? I love that. But anyways, that was a really nice surprise. So if you're into Jane Austen and embroidery, this is definitely a really cool book. And I'll give it another look when I, you know, get itching to embroider something. Very fun. So anyways, yeah, so we'll see what else I'll be sewing up next and knitting up next. But for now, that's what I got. So I will get over the Bernie mitten craze that I am in and finish those up because I am kind of sick of those. And oh, another thing is I've been sucked into a time vortex where I've just watched Gilmore Girls for like the past 2 weeks straight, like all 7 seasons. And now I'm watching A Year in the Life. I had never seen it before. I know, I'm a loser. I know. But yeah, I was obsessed. So I was down that rabbit hole for the past few weeks. So if I've been a bit quiet on social media, that's why. I've just been Gilmore Girls and Bernie mittens. So anyways, I'm going to finish those up and start casting on some new things soon. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me.